Good morning.
Well, take a sip of that coffee there, would you?
Sorry.
Wrong button hit there. Scotty Ray and Odie,
Always.
good morning to you as we begin our day. And, of course, we've got a peek glance of our
Who, what,
special
where,
guest.
and when. Yeah.
How y'all doing
He's
over
very
there?
special.
Happy good morning.
Did
to
y'all plan this to be dressed in black
look
together?
at
It's
us.
Johnny Cash Friday.
There we go. Did y'all plan y'all's little outfit?
Well, I
It's
always,
Friday.
I
and we
know,
go
I
red.
know.
So, yes,
I
we
know.
plan today. We're not just regular bookends.
One day I'll participate.
Yeah.
yeah, got a morning on that
We
side
never
of
get the memo.
I'm here 2 weeks in a row.
You know, we were.
Oh, yeah, she's going to want to renegotiate that contract.
I can't believe as we were getting the show ready that Julia had never heard Bobby Bear and Marie Laveau. Then one night come Handsome Jack.
It's really good. I liked
She
it.
said, check a little motion, give me a little money, and he was going to marry her. Mm-hmm. After he got his money, he goes, you too ugly for a rich man like me. He didn't quite say it that way.
Well, she practiced. She practiced some, stuff that I'm into.
And that's like a real, that was a real person, Marie Laveau.
yeah. I've been to her grave in New Orleans.
Can you do that? What'd she say when another man done gone?
I'm not doing that.
She'd go,
Yeah, something like that.
She wasn't happy.
No, she wasn't. What a good show it was. I liked old Bobby Bear. Good morning to you as we wake up to millions of Americans without power. 2 million that we've got so far. Florida, the Carolinas, and Georgia.
Some of those places, we told everybody, y'all have got to get out of there. You've got to find somewhere else safe to go because of the surge coming, the hurricane. It's not going to be safe. This is unsurvivable. And the sheriff had put out a statement down that way near Big Bend, or what they call that area, and said, if you are going to stay and you will not, get a permanent marker and write your name and social security number on your arm so we can identify you.
He was, he put it right.
That's pretty much cutting to the chase, ain't it?
That just tells you straight up how strong this storm was when it
Well, it
came
was big.
ashore.
It was a very large storm.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta. I have a sister that lives in Noonan, Georgia, and she was talking about the flooding that they're experiencing now in Atlanta. People not used to this, they get in their car, think they, like turn around, don't drown. We always emphasize that. And people are.
That's what friends are for.
That's right.
That's it, yeah.
Was that a dagger? But anyhow, we'll remind everybody, please be careful. I mean, take this serious.
Because we do, even if you're watching from the Mississippi, Louisiana side on the show, there's people that's got kin that are in those areas there. It's a tight-knit network across America of people who are kin to one another. And remember, this is still dark in most areas right now. As daylight comes, that number is going to change. 3 is all we have overnight. That number will rise today.
And it's not over with the wind kicking up. Odie and I had talked about this last week. They had a little rain before, so the ground got saturated. Now the wind, even though the storm is already, I think, in North Georgia already, but you're getting those winds behind it, and you're going to have, just because you got electricity now doesn't mean you're going to keep it. I mean, trees are still falling.
Look at that, Greg. As we look over here, 72-mile-an-hour gust, Columbia. Augusta has 74 right now. Charlotte, 56 miles. Even at Asheville, we're looking at 66. Back over here on the Meridian side, we're only at 20. But that's still, for us, we can still have some small power outages because that's popping those limbs.
That'll knock you off your broom.
It sure will.
And Bob made a good point.
What'd he say?
Identifying landfall by the eye, and that's what they basically say, where the eye lands is landfall, but the storm comes in well in advance of that. And it's completely east side of Florida.
Wasn't it over 400 miles wide?
Yeah, the eye was
like
over
that?
35 miles.
Yeah.
The eye.
Yeah, that's...
It's scary.
So, man.
It was a big old good one.
Yeah, that's a big old good. I hadn't heard it put that way in a while. Rodney, good morning. Good to see you there. Jeff Fuller is waking up, joining us. Joyce Snowden, Godwin, all the way from Tennessee this morning there. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Here's a look at radar this morning as we have it right now. Let me hit this button here. This is where she is right now. Here's Dublin as it moves up here. And as you'll see, all of the eye is right here. Look where the storm is and the rain above it. And this will go toward the Bowling Green area eventually, Huntsville, Alabama. As you'll see here, all of this red is marking that there's still a tropical storm warning. Here in Alabama, there's just a wind advisory, and then there's no advisories on the Mississippi side. It's way away from us. But Charleston, these areas here, tornado watches are all out here. And see, that's on that east side of that storm, which is going to prompt tornadic activity. Anytime that's east of the eye of the storms, it's bad, always.
And you got Florida still fixing to deal with. They're not through with the floods. The storm surge is still coming in. It's not over just because the wind and all has passed by them. For the most part, the storm surge is one of the most dangerous times for them.
So you got family there, Julie? Anybody the same?
No, not that. Gosh, I hope nobody's watching. Is like, well, I'm related to her.
Yeah.
No,
Not
but
many
no,
people
yeah,
don't
nobody
blame
in the
you.
past
Okay.
that should be. Nobody that I can think of that should be.
Well, let me ask
affected.
this because we found this out. Was it yesterday, the day before? I think it was yesterday. New York City. The mayor is hit with bribery and wire fraud. Have you read it exactly? What did he do? What was the scheme here?
I haven't gone real, but something with the Turkish government, and I know there was hotel rooms, and then funneling money to the campaign, which you can't do any of that. And I know that he feels like him coming out against Biden and his immigration policies and what it's done to New York, he feels like he's been targeted, which is interesting because I think that there's somebody on the Republican side that feels that way too.
They just blow it off.
But yeah, another mayor now he's not under investigation. He's indicted, but
we've got one in Mississippi.
We've got one in Mississippi that many speculate.
How often does this happen that it's not detected, in your opinion? Is it more so than we can even imagine that things like this probably happen?
I will say that to steal the taxpayers' money is more difficult than we probably think that it is. It's got to be, in time and pay checks and things like that. There's a lot of safeguards in place. I don't think, but I do.
Like building a soccer complex? How hard is that?
But it was volleyball.
I thought that volleyball.
But it's, I think that this is going to be one of those quid pro quo situations, is what it sounds like. Like there were contracts that the government got, Turkish government got for things, and that's probably they're lobbyists and representatives of vendors and companies of our local governments and state governments that they have relationships with employees and elected officials, and it's a necessary part. They need to be educated on different products and services, and there's professional services that need to be outsourced, but it is very important for elected officials to have you can't sell your vote.
Because I don't know, and Greg, you
can't
cast.
sell. I mean,
You're not supposed to anyway.
I did not say anything.
Let me ask a question because I don't know this, and this is a common question that's asked to me on the streets every day because I don't know how the government looks at this. Say that let's just say you work for a city or a county, and you have someone who's doing work for the county.
Do not get me in trouble right now.
I'm not. And they do extra privileges for you, as in take you to lunch every day. That's
not illegal.
That's not?
No.
That can be done.
Absolutely.
Now, Greg, how do you actually feel about that?
Well, it all depends on, if you leave the restaurant with a new set of silverware and there happens to be a new vehicle behind there in the alley that you're driving, then it might be questionable.
But lunch.
Yeah, could you? And yes, should you? Sometimes no. I mean, and I think that that's where you want your elected officials to.
have a
higher standard and then hold their employees to a higher standard, in that there's nothing wrong with going and sitting down with a professional and having lunch and going through, because you need
Business.
them. Yeah, going through business, eating a sandwich, and going out the door. It's when, it's every day, or
You
it's
fly to New Jersey and eat lunch or something.
a $200 bottle of wine, and then you take, 2 steaks home to your family. Like, that's where you just got to use reasoning, is what you're supposed to
We'd
do.
be at a buffet. 'Cause
Now look, you can only go through one.
And it's a slippery slope, at first, and everybody else is doing it, and you go to one thing, and then all of a sudden, you shouldn't feel like you need to vote for something because of a relationship that you have. That's what I think. That's the test.
Okay.
And if you feel like you're unbiased, then you should be good to go.
But at the end of the day, I think what we all say on this is a moral compass of the people that elected you.
Some of them's just got a bubble in it.
What was that, a 8-ball thing? you
Yeah,
used to do?
there's a magnet next to some of them's compass.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
So,
Well, I mean, here's the thing though, is if you do something that's a little shady, and once you do it one time, you're kind of stuck, because then that person's going, "Hey, what do you mean you're not going to do this?" Well, I can't do that. Well, you've already
Well,
done
then
it
they
once.
got something on you.
Well, you've already done it once. So you're stuck going down that road, and that boulder gets bigger and bigger as it rolls down. When
Yeah, it's
you
funny.
get caught in
I
it,
talked
you're
to
stuck.
somebody yesterday that brought that up. Said, "I ain't doing nothing. Ain't nobody holding nothing over me." It was funny how I get those conversations from some elected officials, and I don't get it from others.
And you talk to them like I do, and there's nobody. I mean, if there's somebody that's doing something terrible, I'm gonna turn you in, like if I know about it. But there's some that just will not. They won't let a lobbyist pay for their meal. Period. They won't let a vendor pay for their meal.
Then it's no
period.
question.
And that's not absolutely necessary, but it's just that some of them are just like, we're never going to deal with that issue.
It's
I'm
where
never
you-
going to take a check from.
Well, if you
these
don't ever
people.
if you don't ever start it, then you don't ever have to
Yeah.
deal with it.
Yeah.
But like Julia said, usually this kind of stuff starts small.
Yeah.
And then
Well-
that was okay. Then we'll get, I got a few football tickets, or I got some basketball
And,
tickets.
Greg, this even extends past that. All these trouble that are in prisons that we see prison guards in trouble with, they'll do one favor.
Then I got you.
Well, there's a different component
we're
there.
going to get your family if you don't keep
That's
doing
what-
this. And that's how lobbyists will do elected officials. You know that.
Yeah, there's good lobbyists and good elected officials. And there's good vendors that do it all the right way, and they're all above board. And then there's those that it's like, they know the rules and they're skirting just right there at it. But a lot of times, one of the big things is campaigns are really expensive.
They are.
They take a lot of money if you want to win, and that's usually the slope that starts getting, you start slipping down.
Yeah, remember when you were running and I
Yeah.
wrote you that check?
You ever been listening to the radio and they go, "This week's #1 song is," and you go, "Gosh, that's awful. How did that song ever get #1?" I'll give you a hint. It was called Pay for Play. They would get radio stations that submitted their music, how many times they played it, and a little something on the side. Take your whole family to Disneyland.
And
the next,
somebody come up and say, "Hey, here's a deed to your grandson's property. I didn't know he owned
Yeah.
anything."
that's right, and that's how a lot of songs got to be #1.
Well, hey, that's anything.
Yeah.
Politics is not any different than business or anything else. It's always and this country's getting more and more into what can you do for me? How can I get ahead? And like you said, the moral compass is
it's way off, y'all.
non-existent.
We'll be right back. So much more going on this morning. We're going to tell you about an early morning wreck that happened on I-20. Didn't see it coming, and an accident happened. We'll be right back.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Everything starts with a great grill, cookware, and accessories. Add in locally sourced meat and dairy, frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, and daybeds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From animal print coolers to authentic Louis Vuitton purses, we have what you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, She ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. We had an accident, mile marker 162 westbound coming into Mississippi. Just as we got across there, an 18-wheeler broke down.
Found that out when I got here.
It was dark. Yeah, you should have got a call on that, shouldn't you? Yeah. I got a call.
You got a call.
Odie should have got a
They
call.
just call Scotty Ray.
I got 3 of them.
He
He had to roll over and wake you up.
It breaks down in the right lane. It was called in of, hey, we got a truck, and we didn't get anybody to the scene. And the next thing you know, another rig crosses that line, does not see it, and hits it from behind. Here's the aftermath of what happened on I-20 early this morning. I think that's Steve's truck and tractor there on this one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. That's what it looks like. Look at the front of this truck, y'all.
Wow.
Now let's go back and look at the video. I got somebody that drove up on it as it was happening here, and let's look at this. Carpet is what the rig was hauling.
Might have a sale on that today.
Yeah, it's going deer stands going to be carpeted now. But that's what we had happen there at mile marker 162 westbound coming in Meridian. That's dangerous stuff there. At night, I don't even know how to say that, of how you need to be extra cautious of anything that could pop up in the middle of the highway. But one person was transported to a local hospital with injuries, and I would assume it was the second driver that come up on that, looking at the truck of the damage that it had.
Wow.
We've got a stolen car, y'all. We need everybody's attention to find this. Now, and let me be honest about this. There are so many car thefts in Meridian that it's hard for me. It truly is hard for me to keep up. Is it really stolen, or was that a repo man that showed up last night?
Yeah, that's true.
Or did somebody let somebody borrow it and get mad about it?
Yeah. All of those factors are put into this, and sometimes it's hard to get an answer from an authority level of, is it really stolen? Well, we go straight to, y'all would not believe, and something has to be done, because it's nearly an every night occurrence that a car is broken into at a hotel in Meridian. They bust out the window, take what they want. Eventually, travelers will go, don't stop in Meridian.
That's right. That's right. And they're going to tell, if everybody tells 4 or 5 people, then they tell 4 or 5 people. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of abandoned motels and hotels.
That's
Ain't
right.
nobody stopping.
Let me show you what was stolen from the True Hotel yesterday. This is a brand new Bronco. Save a Lot is where it was rented from. They were staying at the hotel. Here's the tag number, LAN 005. LAN 005. And let me show you some more pictures of the car. This is what it looks like. One of these little SUVs of the Ford Bronco. What color blue is this, y'all?
That's a
Teal blue?
Yeah,
aqua sea blue?
I don't know.
This is what the vehicle looks like.
Seafoam.
Seafoam?
Seafoam blue.
I like it.
But if you happen to see this car anywhere in town today, call the Meridian Police Department, call dispatch, call someone, 911, or if you call dispatch directly, do so. We need this to stop. It's over, and it's over. There were 2 that I know of taken yesterday, and I don't have the description
I
of the second
still
one.
don't, of course, everybody knows technology special, because I don't get it technology, but
No.
with these key fobs and things nowadays, I thought it was basically impossible to steal a car.
I'm going to say
back
that.
in our times in the 70s
Wired.
and 80s, yeah, you get on the dash, twist 2 ways.
You watched Gone in 60 Seconds,
That's
didn't
Yeah,
you?
but you had to have 2 keys to operate it. One to open the door and one to turn the key on.
And nowadays, I mean, they're stealing more of these new cars.
So
and I thought they wouldn't run without the fob in them. And anyhow,
It tells me they've come up with a computer program that most likely they plug into the car and it overrides it. It has to be.
Well, people operate under the assumption that criminals are dumb. They're not necessarily.
They don't have a
They'll
job.
figure it
except to
out.
Study.
They got time.
They can buy the parts on Temu. So
On who?
Temu.
It's okay.
You've ordered
We'll-
from them
we'll
before.
talk
You
about
just
it
didn't
later.
know it.
Okay.
And let's get back to the point. He's sick and still sitting here.
Yeah.
Look at
It's
him.
congestion.
He's been congested for a week. That's what they're calling COVID now, since there's no money in it. It's congestion. Yeah, same thing, Odie.
It's all right. You'll be okay.
Yeah,
Did y'all hear about the big fire yesterday?
I did go to the doctor.
Which one?
At Mid-South?
Yeah,
at the lumber
At the
company.
lumber
Oh, yeah.
company.
Yeah.
It was probably one bundle is worth how much now? A couple million?
Yeah,
Not anymore. It's like fine wine. It just went up.
that's right.
Wow. As we go here, let's take a look here of what we've got. This is on B Street. They blocked. McQueen was on the job. He blocked the street off.
I love McQueen.
He's
the
a
best.
good
He is
guy.
a good guy.
He was the one last week that was playing with the kids tic-tac-toe in the street out at the...
Did he win?
yes, he did.
Okay.
He's
I'm
a-
proud of
No,
him.
he would never win it. He would never.
He is a good guy and has always been a good guy.
Yeah. As we look at this, as you'll see, this is where the fire right inside there. So upon arriving onto the scene, I could tell that you couldn't see much from here. Metro set up here. Let me show you where
Yeah,
we
they
set
didn't let
up.
you very close.
It wasn't. So I went to the side of the street. I'm going to do a side view shot here. This was the live. You could see the smoke bellowing out from this side better than you could the other. Now, it never broke flames or anything like that. Bellowing. Did y'all just make fun of
Bellering.
Nothing.
It was bellering out of there.
Did you drive the Scotty Ray mobile there?
No, I had to drive the backup Lincoln.
Okay. You keeping a bike in the back just in case?
It may quit too. Across the street here. But we got to get
You'll
that.
see Scotty Ray going down the
He's going to
street
get one of
in
those
a bicycle.
electric bikes.
Ooh,
Those
that's
criminals
fancy.
are on bicycles
it's
here.
got a
Don't make
bas-
fun of it. They can do it.
They really can. You can rob a bank on a bicycle.
You sure can and get away with it.
Towing a wagon.
No, they got that guy.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was two robbers on bikes.
I think that it was two bank. I think it was
guy?
two banks, same guy, bike both times, and I'm pretty sure that he
let
was
somebody
arrested.
know.
Yes, if they sent out a press release or had one, we might know that they got caught.
The public might be happy to know that they're
Yeah.
off the street.
But I didn't know they'd been caught.
I believe so.
Huh? Wow.
Somebody correct me.
Time for had a meeting, the whole 9 yards, and I still didn't find out.
No, we are continuing to work on getting the Scotty Ray mobile back in the street.
Yes, we are.
correct?
We think that it might need us a fuel pump.
I thought we were getting a new one.
Well, we
I did
are,
too.
but in that further,
Sometimes you got to treat yourself.
we do need a new Scotty Ray mobile.
We do.
Because that many miles and 20 years old. 20,
Well, there's a guy out there somewhere wanting to sell a blue Bronco. You might get a half off. It's all profit.
I
for
would
him.
change the tag if I was.
Hey, we need to say congratulations to the Lady Bulldogs as we pull this up. Look at here, big winners. Enterprise,
24 champs.
district champs. There, we're proud of them there. Couldn't get any better than that. That happened last night. Congratulate them. We'll be right back. More to come as we get into this morning of events and things that's going on in our neck
Oh,
of the
if
woods.
every subscriber sent you $1, you could buy that old Scotty Ray helicopter.
$1 does it all.
Here at Meridian Cycles, customer service is our #1 priority. And when you buy any Polaris, Can-Am, Honda, CF Moto, or Suzuki ATV or side-by-side, we're going to give you your first oil change absolutely free because we service everything we sell here at Meridian Cycles. Come see us at 80 Highway 19 North or call us 601-485-8700. Come see us.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real STIHL. Find yours.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. We want to remind you, if you're out and about today, this is going to be a mess. Congestion, it was yesterday afternoon as I come through here. What they call the area is 5 Points. Years ago, this used to be known as the Dixie gas station. It's got a new name.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah, it used to be Acme Plaza, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's still Acme Plaza over
There was a
across the
good
street.
Mexican restaurant right there.
There sure
back
was.
when-
It's on the corner right there.
What
was
was
really
right
good.
there years ago?
Partridge Metal Works.
Ornament.
Yeah,
No, but
yeah.
before that, it was something else. And I can't think of. Then you had a vacuum cleaner place
Yeah.
across the street. You had Acme Building Materials.
West Building Materials years ago.
West was on the other side.
Yeah,
of
it's
town.
on Highway
yeah.
19,
That was-
11,
This was
Airport
Acme
Boulevard.
Building Materials. That's hence the name Acme Plaza. But
Clever of them.
He must have had coffee this morning.
He's on it.
Yeah.
But 5 Points, that intersection, they're going up to the hospitals. They're repaving that area, and it's one lane, going back and forth. So y'all,
That's a busy area.
be patient, people. I mean, I seen it yesterday. People fussing about it, and the red lights are already up on 145 this morning. They're still working there. But we fuss about the condition of our roads. We post memes of people fishing in potholes, and then we fuss when they're out there, the guys and gals trying to fix the roads.
Yep.
I mean,
Sometimes people's problem is they need a problem.
Yes.
Pick your battle. I mean, I'm all for just leave a little early, smile.
You're right.
Don't steal somebody's sunshine. I mean, it's going to be all right.
Although I didn't have the Scotty Ray mobile yesterday, we had to point the Lincoln toward North Hills as I saw all the flashy lights and ambulances going that way, and I thought, what in the world? And let's just be honest about this as we pull this up. Let me put this to a big picture here. As you'll see, there's fire truck, ambulance, and I'm going, where's the wreck? Where's the wreck? What's going on? This would be one of those, I would say, getting minor injuries, getting checked out. One bumped the other one. I think this car here got bumped in the rear end, and they had it checked
Did they
out.
request medical?
Must have. I think somebody's neck was hurt.
Yes, because there
had
was a
insurance.
young.
Stop.
There was a young
Everybody be
child.
not. I know.
There was a
Young
very
child.
young
Okay.
child
All right.
in one of the vehicles
See,
to
that's
get
why
checked
you don't
out.
ever say anything. You don't ever know.
That's right.
And they all came out for the big event, but walking up on the scene, you go, where is that? Where's the beef? I was looking for that. But that happened yesterday afternoon. That was probably one of the bigger events. Now, we did have something happen last night. I'm waiting to get details on this. You brought up a minute or two to me a while ago about how come you ain't said anything about gunshots lately? I did have several reports last night for the first time in a while, and we had someone arrested.
Good.
No.
Yes, sir, Bob. We had an officer that was on a traffic stop, and what is that I hear? Bang, 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 bang. He gets in his car, drives around the corner. There was two juveniles that had most likely maybe fired in there. We don't know what they were shooting at. But after a brief chase, they were taken into custody and taken to Scott County. We'll hope to get more details on this morning. That was on State Boulevard, somewhere right around Royal Road. Near the church right there is where all that happened last night. I think it was after midnight. But we don't have much information, but we've got a little bit on that.
We also had a fire overnight in Clark County. Some chicken houses caught on fire.
What do we know?
I want to say we might have had someone carried to the hospital with minor injuries, maybe some smoke issues or something. I'm not sure. I'm talking, I shouldn't be probably.
Well, let's just...
As usual.
But anyhow...
But you know a little bit of something.
That's right. I know some chicken houses caught on fire, and
Three of them. One total loss. The other one was almost halfway.
Were there chickens
burned.
in there?
They were full of chickens.
Oh, gosh.
And then
Clark
you
County Hot
had
Topics
one that was on the verge of catching on fire from the second.
those chickens were just smoked.
That wasn't rotisserie, was it?
Craig, it's the
You need, when you leave here, you need to go down Highway 19 North, stop by College Park Methodist Church, and go and sit down and listen to some of this Bible reading they got, because you need little Jesus to come in there and cleanse your heart.
You do.
So you need to stop by there, because that's going on through tomorrow afternoon, all night long, nonstop Bible reading.
That's
That
awesome.
is awesome. There was a good crowd there last night.
Yeah.
I had a chance yesterday morning to go out and set up camp before they arrive, because there's always question when there's a drill done in Meridian, especially when you throw in a nursing home type facility that takes care of folks.
And you throw live smoke up in there, and
yes, sir.
People start kind of wondering.
They brought the cavalry out for this, 4 fire trucks, police. We even had Lima, I think, involved with this exercise.
We were out there.
And the scenario was second floor, can't get into the rooms. What do we do? And they've done a great job, just so that y'all know that our Meridian Fire Department, all of our emergency workers work behind the scenes nonstop. We're going to have another one, I think, one got canceled last week at another facility. And we'll warn you ahead of time what's going on so you'll know.
And we use live smoke. You get a fog smoke machine, and you use it. And the residents also participate. They have to leave their rooms. They have to go find a way out. They have to get themselves out of harm's way. And that was local, state agencies coming together and working as one. And I tell you, it went real good. So those types of drills are great around our area.
I'm gonna point this toward Julia, because you're bound to know this more than I am.
Oh gosh,
must be simple.
I know that he's a.
I'm telling you, you need to stop by that Bible tin on your way.
All right, what you got, Scotty Ray?
I know he's a major star. I just don't understand what type of star, and I think he's done some album covers of each genre of music. But he was
say it again for me.
Genre.
Okay.
Is that pretty close? I could have said Jordan of music, but
go the other G off, but you'll be all right.
I think everybody knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, they did. It's fine.
But Post Malone, do you know this guy?
Yeah.
What does he do?
I think he's just a vibe now. So he was a rapper initially, and then he started hanging out with country music stars, and now he just I don't know, but he's just I think he's a nice guy. He seems like he's really happy, and he kind of just
he's
crosses
ma'am,
all.
no ma'am everywhere.
Yeah, real polite.
He looks like somebody that's going to take your wallet.
Tattoos.
Yeah, he kind of scares you when you go up on him. But he was recently at a Dallas Cowboys game, and they brought him down, and the kicker signed a shirt for him. I mean, he's never going to be a winner with that, but
how much they pay him to suffer through that game?
Oh, it's tough.
Here's a photo from that event there.
To get a signed shirt.
He's a pretty big old boy.
Yeah. But anything that I've ever seen of him, he just seems like he's real happy.
Be happy.
Did Dallas win?
Good personality.
And doubtful. I have no idea.
I don't watch pro football.
But and what I said about the tattoo, I mean, this boy. Let me show you, because I'm sure, Greg, you've never seen him. Let's go back to Daily Mail.
He's got a poster.
But I don't think that he's ever released country music. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got an album.
Has he released country music? Okay, because I thought he was just kind of hanging out with.
He's on the Opry all the time.
Next time I'm in the sound shop, I'll look for some of his stuff.
The Scotty Ray Report said he does it all.
How did you do that?
That would be somebody in our other office. They are on this. We got people everywhere.
Dallas, wait a minute, y'all.
Dallas
won.
I'm proud of them.
Was it a scrimmage day? Offense and defense?
Dak's at Dallas, and you got state fans. You always got to love.
I mean, was this a race to the cheeseburger snack, or was it the scoreboard that they won? Because I really didn't think they could win.
20-15.
Look at them.
Whoa, Dallas.
Yeah, even a blind squirrel find a nut every now and then.
I thought they won.
I'm shocked. Because, what y'all are looking at here.
I'm assuming they're not any good anymore.
Well, none of us watch it anymore. And Dak's the highest paid one that hadn't thrown a touchdown in, 5-6 years since he left Mississippi State?
I quit watching pro ball.
Yeah, we don't watch it. It's why we don't know.
I'm real close on college now. They went to this portal stuff. I got where I don't care to watch that.
Yeah.
What are you going to watch? Just Andy Griffith rerun?
Andy Griffith reruns.
Okay.
Leave it to
and
Beaver.
The Hallmark
Hogan said, Hallmark Channel will be Christmas music time before you know it.
All them women that fall in love during a snowstorm because somebody's tire blew out on the interstate.
It's usually her tire.
At their hometown, and then it's going to snow, and they're going to kiss. But it's a
wait a minute, they own a Christmas tree farm.
That's right. That's going broke. But they're always going to have a carnival or a Christmas Christmas something another, some kind
It's
of
the hot
party.
chocolate that
Because they're a
together.
marketing expert from New York.
That's right.
Yeah.
Boy, look.
It got Greg.
The suspense
right
just
on in.
kills me every time. I'm telling you.
I just can't believe you really watched those.
Well, they're pretty good.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
Hey, this is Greg, and everybody knows I love to eat good food. So when you're out and about, come on down to Long's Fish Camp. Been here for over 50 years serving some of the South's best fried fish, hush puppies, shrimp, and hey, don't forget the coleslaw. Probably the best anywhere in the world. Excellent food, excellent service. Drive on down to Enterprise, Mississippi, and enjoy your food from Long's. Remember, at Long's, everybody's family.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Odie joins us here as we come across, what are the odds? Who feels lucky today? Who's going to walk away with the game today?
You have it.
Well, this depends on if she cheats or not. She did come in with a scratch pad with some scribbling on it.
No, this is left
I
over
think
from...
she's already got the answers, but
She broke in last night and got the.
This is like a Biden town hall meeting
like
is what you're saying.
Watergate or whatever it is.
This has probably caused more divorces just because.
Women.
Well, I take it we can't hear that, whatever was just whispered. But all because it was left somewhere, this item was. You were somewhere you wasn't supposed to be.
Ring. Go.
Oh, your clothes should leads up to this. Vince Gill kind of had a song about it one time, Pocket Full of Gold. And this is all a part of that. It's left in a jacket somewhere. Oh, what's his name? Lane Turner had a song. Sammy Kershaw had a song.
Matchbook.
Ooh. It was invented today in 1892. But since then, this has become a thing of the past. You know, they used to give those matchbooks to hotel rooms, and it would be left inside jacket pockets, and the next thing you know...
You remember about the ring being left in the matchbox?
Sure
wrapped
was.
up in a rubber band in the wreck of the car.
The Carroll County accident.
That's right.
Are you with us?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But do you know what we mean by all this?
Yeah, I
A little
mean,
book of matches burned, took 10 years to build this house, and a little book of matches burned it down.
That's right.
I'm familiar. I've heard it.
We'll draw you a picture. Just
Thank
wait.
you. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm not that smart.
I like this old guy. He's a Lincoln driver.
Yeah, he drove a Lincoln everywhere he went. He was a private detective.
Cannon?
That's it. Boy, he's on the move.
William Conrad was born on this day, was there something with his eyes, or did I just imagine that?
Didn't he come out with another one? Who was the one that had the big bulldog?
Oh, I think you may be right. And I don't remember the name of that show, but I know what you're talking about.
That's why you never get extra credit.
It was, it was kind of like a pre-turned hooch. This next guy, you'd see it on Saturday nights. It would come on. It'd be a train coming with
bunch of dancers.
Yeah. He was born
Soul Train.
There you go. Who was the MC of Soul Train?
I don't know.
You better.
No.
Come on now.
I can say.
How about you? Do you know?
I probably did not watch Soul Train.
Oh, everybody saw it at one point because it was the only thing left on television before the American flag came on with that trumpet playing there. Don Cornelius, born on this day back in 1936.
Look like Don King.
He does resemble. He hosted that show forever and a day.
Yeah.
He was good at it, and he was all over that. Let's see what it's have. They had a mystery machine, so to speak, right?
Scooby-Doo. Oh, yeah, Scooby-Doo.
No.
Close, but it was real people.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo wasn't real people?
A mystery machine.
That's what somebody said.
We grew up, and this was
They had
a big book series of crime fighting. It was a family.
Something the boys.
And what was his song? Well, I was 16.
Party Boys?
Rock and roll.
Ooh, ding, ding, ding.
It's one of them.
The singer. And I want to say, now, didn't he have a fan club?
Wait. S-A-T-U-R. S-A. You remember that? It's another Saturday night.
I don't remember that.
We're going to have to get, come on, y'all. Party Boys, and his name was Sean Cassidy. Born in 58. He was a pretty boy there with feathered hair. Parker Stevens was the other guy.
Don't be jealous. Just
he ain't no Roscoe P. Coltrane.
I have to give you credit on that. Let's see. This would be the first time these guys would make their television debut.
Great clue.
Oh, that
really narrows it down. Got it.
Well, I was trying to. They sang about the sea a lot. They were
the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
There you go. They made their debut tonight in 1957. So are y'all big Beach Boy fans?
I do like the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Little old lady from Pasadena, Surf City,
Little Deuce Coupe.
Sun Kissed. They done that song, didn't they?
It's fun listening to music.
Oh, wait a minute. They made the Sun Kissed commercial out of one of their songs, didn't they?
Yeah, something like that.
And
Saw
somebody
them
had
at concert in 1985.
I like their shirts. I mean, I'm sorry. I still like their shirts.
them Hawaiian.
I bet you do.
I do.
Oh, here's a guy who cannot speak or anything real good.
Well, he was
Joe Biden.
This guy would co-star with Randy Travis in a movie not all that long ago.
Yeah.
He can't.
Great. I mean,
He
was
owned the
a good
trucking
singer.
company.
He was a good singer.
And he was a singer on top of that.
Mainly known for singing, then he dabbed over into a little bit of actor. Every time you hear his name, you get hungry.
You do. A Bat Out of Blank, one of the biggest.
Meatloaf?
Ooh, there you go. He was born today, and y'all remember him with 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
That's right.
They ain't no Coupe de Ville hiding
I would do
in the-
anything for love.
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, we know that one. Something about the dashboard lights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was showing her ugliness or something. I don't remember how the song
Yeah, wasn't he like a bus driver in a movie?
Ooh. I mean, he owned he chased Randy Travis. They're trying to hijack the load.
Oh, okay.
You remember that famous line? Y'all don't seem to like Black Dog as much as me.
No, it wasn't that impressive.
I kind of liked it, though. Randy was over there trying to write a song, and it was pretty horrible. Okay, boy, that went
Next.
nowhere.
We're bored.
You had to be fast. Greg gonna get this one.
1974, he'd be on an aeroplane traveling back toward Texas, and he thought of a song that he ought to write down, and he wrote it on that train and on the plane. And once he landed, he talked about the honky tonks in Texas compared to Nashville. Be the first guy to sell 6 million copies of an album in country music, and he told him
Strait.
No, not back 74.
74.
He didn't come around until 80.
Always had a cigarette in his mouth.
He usually was a smoking.
Waylon?
Okay.
Because Bob Wills
No matter
is
who's
still
in
the king.
Austin, Bob Wills is still the king.
There you are.
He wrote that to kind of throw a rock at Willie, because Willie built the country club mall in Austin and thought he was something.
He did.
Anyhow. Yeah.
He sure did. Well, that goes back a while. Well, the honky tonks and that. I love that song. Good stuff there. 1974, this old boy re-recorded somebody else's song. He's probably the most well-known singer. We'll just go ahead and call it Elvis to give this one away. He re-recorded Promised Land today in 74. That's a great song if you've never heard it.
I don't think I have.
I don't think I have.
Tell them the poor boy's on the line. Mm-hmm. Always good.
Sing it for us.
Well, I'm not a singer. That's the problem. 1975, he would be back in there. And this was those questionable, is it really country or not? As you've talked about, the old boy got mad at him. The Silver Fox got mad at him, but he had another one.
John Denver.
John. Do you remember this? I'm sorry for my blank, blank, and I don't remember the rest of the song. He went number 1 today. Y'all, boy, well, these are hitting nowhere with anybody today. John Denver. Dolly was back with a number 1 today.
Okay.
9 to 5.
Well, before that. This would be one of those where she's walking down the street and she bumps into an old flame.
Old flame.
Can't hold a candle.
candle.
Man, you want to talk about a song. And it's all about walking down the street and her boyfriend at the time gets a little, what's going on here?
She's got to be the greatest songwriter of all time.
Oh, she is.
I think
she tells him it's going to be all right.
Just a good I mean, you get that vibe. She's just a good person,
I like that. Let's see here. I've never seen this show.
I didn't know it was a show.
I didn't know this.
It was a rash.
What are y'all getting a rash on?
Nothing.
I missed something.
I did.
You did. You did.
We were going to explain this show. We don't even know that it really aired, but we just brought it up because of.
Well, we'll get that one, no problem.
We don't even know the name of it. They say the name of it was Partners in Crime. I have no clue. I've never heard of it, but it was 1984 that it debuted tonight. And it really doesn't matter. It just had one person on there that we thought we would
of course
point out that was in it. It was before
Daisy Duke.
No.
It was right before WKRP.
I love that show.
Lonnie Anderson was in this, but I
Wonder Woman
never.
back
Is that?
Isn't that Linda Carter?
I don't know.
She's pretty as a speckled pup.
Under a putwood truck?
Yes, sir.
I don't think that's Linda Carter, but I've never heard of that show, but I just saw Lonnie was in it, and I thought, wow, we need to bring that up.
That's right. It's worth mentioning.
Yes,
Looks like Wonder Woman.
Now, I don't care who you are. I put this in my top 5 movies of all time.
Smoking the Bandit.
Was, like I said, top 5. You got that hanging up there at number 1.
Smoking the Bandit was on last night, by the way.
I missed it.
I started to text you. It was great.
This would be Chuck Norris's.
How
You
did
should
it
have.
end?
It was sad.
This was Chuck Norris's probably greatest movie, I think, that he, outside of Lone Wolf McQuaig. This comes in there. He goes to the theater. I remember one of the lines. He's sitting there at the restaurant and he's trying to get a hamburger.
White Lightning.
He didn't do that one. That was Burt Reynolds.
I'm just using what
I'm
cheating
cheating off of TV.
I'm trying to cheat.
There were some folks that were coming into America that he wasn't real happy about. Well, Chuck had to step up to the plate. You remember the big scene inside the mall?
No.
Yes, you do. You're going to feel bad about this. It was 1985 when we all sat down to watch Invasion USA. Hubba, hubba, hubba.
I missed that.
Y'all are kidding me.
You should dress like that for Halloween, Scotty Ray.
Y'all seriously didn't watch this?
I don't remember.
Look, Greg, if there's anything that you do all weekend, you need to rent this.
Rent?
I'll go by Blockbuster when I leave here. I've got my card.
Be kind. Please rewind.
This
is why I can't get the trivia around here. It's like, go by and rent this.
We got these foreigners that are invading USA, and Chuck's there to save the world, and he does.
We need to get him out now.
But he had that jacked up '78 Chevrolet pickup truck, and he just pushed them all out the way.
Well, we might need to rejuvenate Chuck.
That was Linda Carter, somebody said.
See, I know my Wonder Women.
Wonder Women.
All of them.
All of them.
Margaret's seen it. I'm telling you, that was some kind of good. We go back to 1987 for the Song of the Year. I don't think you'll get this because it was when they were trying to push Randy Travis out of the way to make way for this other stuff.
1987.
It was a pretty song, but it was not like what you'd call real hardcore traditional. Nowadays, it would be like country backwards. It's so country compared to what we got now. But it was the beginning of the end.
2 years before you graduated 6th grade.
Yeah.
Give Me Wings, Michael Johnson's Song of the Year.
I've never heard that.
Oh, come on. That was country?
That's exactly how I described it.
No.
That was not country, but they put it...
1987, junior year in high school, we was in a dirt pit listening to Hank Williams Jr.
Exactly. And Nashville was spitting this out.
I think everyone's shocked by that.
Well, I know.
Trying to figure out how to get to Wyandotte.
That's right.
Yeah.
Gas money. But that really was that beginning era where they were trying to push Randy Travis out of the way, and the next thing you know, Garth showed up and scared them all.
Yeah.
And he would hold it off for a few years, and then they thought, well, let's adjust this and let's throw some headhunters at him. I'll never forget when I opened that album cover and I went,
Kentucky Headhunter?
Yeah. Walk
How do you
softly.
think they felt when Jelly Roll came up?
But, we saw the warning signs. It was hiring people from the rock and roll side to operate country music labels, and it's all over now.
Yep. Turn out the lights.
It reminds me of, what was that song, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down?
That's right.
It's over now, baby.
That's right.
I think Greg watched this show.
TV Guide. And I don't get it. I honestly don't get this show. I didn't even pause when I went by it. It was two men called Perfect Strangers. Anybody remember that?
My TV didn't get that channel.
I'm telling you, that was a very odd show.
I never watched that.
No, nobody else did either. But we did see this in 1986 as George Jefferson would get a new gig. He got a new TV show, and he would become a preacher. Anybody?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Amen.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
I don't think I've ever seen
Sherman Hensley.
Yep,
yeah,
Sherman Hensley.
And it was funny. He was just the pastor of the church, and of all the troubles that a pastor would get during the week's time, they brought him with the troubles, and he had to straighten it out. There's a lot of preachers out there going, oh, yeah, I know what you mean by that. Let's see. As we brought up this guy earlier, I was trying to think of the way it was originally written, and I'm blank.
Okay.
It was.
You'd never know by looking over there.
I think we need to unionize.
Yes.
George Strait would have a number one with the song. It would be recorded today. It wasn't Bob McDill. It was one of those major songwriters that took it to him, and George didn't like the way it was written. It was one word that was changed, and George said it needs to be out of the blue clear sky.
Yeah, that wasn't one of my picks.
George Strait's. He was good. He was good. This probably was not one of those, but it was the song that would set him up to become a star there for a little while. He had a dog that ran around with him and didn't get the old girl home on time, and they wrote a song about running through a cornfield. Dirks Bentley, What Was I Thinking? Slid across the hood.
I like that one. I like that song.
That was his best. Outside
getting shot at through the cornfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her daddy didn't take too kindly of it, him getting home late with her. This would be an iconic man that passed away today.
It's a sad day.
He brought you the bunny ears of America, as you would see. You'd see him hanging from the rearview mirror, the air fresheners with the bunny.
Well, he had great articles.
Hugh
Hefner, yeah.
There he is. He passed away today back in 2017. And the mansion is gone, am I right? Isn't it done with?
I think so.
I think it was bought out by a neighbor because they wanted to get rid of it.
Huh. I had not heard that.
clue.
I don't know.
That was in that Nickelback song, Keys to the Playboy Mansion. Nickelback had that, I want to be a rock star. I want a room.
I'm shocked you know this.
I want a room big enough for a bat.
You've jumped the fence.
It's that Jandra.
I don't know what it is, but he's jumped the fence.
Jandra.
She does my taxes too.
I don't know. I'm thinking 95 cents. You get a nickel back. I don't know what he's talking about, but.
We'll be right back. When it's time to store something, think Store Local Storage. It's conveniently located next to Northeast Park, and it's gated. On top of that, it's climate control, so no matter the season, it'll protect your things. 24-hour security, a covered loading dock, fire sprinklers, and you can choose the storage unit that suits your needs. From a 5x5 all the way up to a 10x30, you choose the space that you need. Call Store Local Storage today at 601-490-1618, Highway 39 North, Meridian. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger, plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun & Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun & Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun & Pawn.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. Speaking of the fire yesterday, we had to fly our drone in to get these pictures here of the incident that happened yesterday. See how this was hidden and how the smoke was boiling out of the room from the other side? As we look at this, and again,
that's so much sawdust. I mean, that's a fire waiting to happen. You know what I mean? That's a dangerous situation.
That gives you a good idea of what was going on. But a big thank you to the Meridian Fire Department for getting this, because that could have been bad. And if you
want that mantle with that charred look, they got a special.
It's kind of like those jeans that they pre-wash and cut up. There's you some pre-marked.
We were talking about this the other day, Greg. I don't know if you remember this or not. You remember the old boy that used to do "How Big Old Boy Are You"?
Yeah.
What is that?
Roy D. Mercer.
Do you remember the episode where he calls a taxidermist and his mother-in-law's dog has passed away, and he goes, "She won't notice if you just stuff him."
Yeah. We're gonna have to call old Luke Wimberly and see if anybody's ever called him and asked him about stuffing. I guarantee you, I'm sure that.
Oh yeah,
it's been done.
So yeah,
he'd be a good one for us to give a little call to. I'm sure he's getting busy this time of the year.
Ooh, deer season right around the corner.
Yeah,
Luke's taxidermy. Luke Wimberly, good guy, super good guy.
Go by and see there.
Well, we do need to get him in one day to talk about his calls and what all he's been asking.
Yeah,
because you know.
Would you get Bo Cephas stuffed?
No, Bo Cephas will live forever.
Chrissy is too.
I had him cloned.
But you know, Roy had to go on and get Trigger stuffed.
That's just kind of weird now. I'm sorry.
It is.
He couldn't do without him.
But the cost of feed went down. You still gonna pay him.
I ain't even gonna comment on that.
That's bad even for Odie.
Even for Odie.
Have mercy, have mercy, have mercy.
Oh, man.
Let's see here. What else has gone on this week? We want to bring up a few things that are going on. Let's not forget. Saturday night, beginning tonight, we're going to have Marion, the adult side of things, fundraiser going on, downtown Meridian.
Yep.
Marion. Yeah. And then tomorrow, the fundraiser.
Where's it at?
Marion.
You said downtown Meridian.
Yeah, I made a mistake there, and I corrected it.
I'm a little confused.
I corrected. Let me see if I've got all these flyers.
Feel pretty confident. City of Marion wants it to be in Marion, I would think.
Hang on. Here we go. Right here's their fall festival as we pull up Marion. So let me zoom this in.
Yeah, Dale Drive, that's definitely Marion.
Yep.
Right there. That's going on this weekend.
Blues night.
It is.
Tonight's what it says. Yeah.
The adult side of things.
Also, this afternoon, you got Total Rehabs having their open house from 2 to 6. I think you're going to stop by and maybe make a little snapshot. Dr. Stephen K. and all the fine folks. My sweet, precious daughter will
she
be
works there,
working
doesn't she?
Yes, she does. Matter of fact,
what does
I
she
can't
do,
move
Greg?
my left arm. She is a PTA, physical therapy assistant.
Oh, she's not on the PTA at school, but there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Greg made her mad one day, and she looked at Greg and she says, "Let me tell you something." I said, "You keep doing this to me, and I'm going to take them tennis balls off your walker." So he has to watch his P's and Q's, or she'll have him straightened up.
That's the only thing. When you have one child, you don't have a choice. I'm going to end up where she says. So I kind of try to be nice to them.
You're smarter than you look.
To the little devil, but no, she works hard. I gotta say, I got a good kid. She works. She left and she goes to work every morning at 6:30, and she enjoys her job. She like to help you.
We don't need to forget about this also. Ann McKee would tell us to remember this as we get ready for the big cemetery tour at Rose Hill. That's going to be tomorrow night, beginning right there at dark 30, line up by 5:30, somewhere along in there. You ain't going, Greg?
You scared of the ghosts?
I'm not. I ain't scared of nothing I can see, but you can't see them ghosts.
Correct. Are you really scared of ghosts?
I don't really care for cemetery. I don't usually do funerals, funeral homes, or cemeteries. And I don't mean nothing ugly by that, but
you scared you're gonna catch it?
I don't care for them haints.
And haints do exist.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, they do.
And you're supposed to paint your porch blue underneath it there, the roof of it, so that they can't get you. It's an old Southern thing. That's why all the porches were painted.
I've heard it.
I know a lot of people are into this, and I'm not knocking it. You know, history, and I like history and all that, but there ain't nothing appeals to me about going out in the cemetery after dark. It just don't. It scares me. I'm sorry.
It does spook a lot of people.
Guilty conscience.
Another thing that's happening tomorrow, Clark County. Harold's going to be making his way down to Clark Fest. It will be held out at...
Is he really going to be there?
Oh, yeah, he's always there. Here he comes. He's slow to get there.
He's usually late. It's over by the time he gets there, but he's...
Harold is arriving.
If you got a loaf of bread, Harold will follow.
Same with Greg.
Yeah. Harold likes that butter bread, too. I'm going to tell you what.
He's all over it, isn't he?
I thought he was coming through the fence the day me and Scotty Ray went by there and bribed him. Fed him.
Now, I'll follow behind if you got banana pudding. I'm not going to lie about that. That sort of is my weakness there. Is good old
banana pudding cookies.
Oh, great.
Man.
That's the best I've ever had.
You know, we're sitting here and we're talking about all the things to do this weekend and what's going on tonight and tomorrow night and all that. And we've got our friends over in Florida that's having to go through what they're going on with their storms. And we've got teams from right here in Meridian, our task force that's been over there for 3 or 4 days, that at daybreak went into the storms area to help try and rescue anybody. We need to keep those men and women that went into the storm to help our Floridian friends, keep them in our thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely. Sunday afternoon, we invite you out to Collinsville. It's the big deal there is we'll have a night for the King. 600 plus youth come out for this event every year.
That's awesome.
FCA.
By the group, the youth.
They do a lot for folks there, and I hope you can make it. That if your child, any school, it doesn't matter what part, Kemper County, Newton County, it doesn't matter. You can attend this.
There's also 8:30 this morning at the Lauderdale County Government Complex. They're doing like one of the, I'm going to mess it up, but one of like the VOTEC classes built like podium stuff
for the judges.
Yeah, right. And so they're doing like a dedication thing for that. So.
And that will be, I think, as you said,
8:30 this morning at the Lauderdale County Government Complex.
I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, those students did that. That's good.
A lot of work behind the scenes.
This FCA stuff and things like she's talking about, you want to change this country, get to the young people and give them something positive to do. And the thing about it doesn't matter if they're male, female, black, white, yellow, or red. If you'll get to the kids, you know, we're talking about one night, what can churches do different or what? You don't fill up a church, build a playground. If you get the kids there, you'll get the parents there. And I mean, it's awesome.
Speaking of, we got one more event that I needed to bring up that is happening downtown Meridian tomorrow. It's going to be at the Max, called the Lean On Me Jubilee. If you hadn't heard about this one, it's going on. I think they're going to have petting zoo food. It starts at 9 o'clock at the Max and runs till 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
You going to be there? I didn't.
$5 you can pet Greg.
I just asked a question.
Do you have a spiked collar for him?
She was trying to be ugly, wasn't she?
Yes, she was.
I caught on to that real quick.
Be here, or
I guess you're flying. You're taking more PTO
I'm flying.
time,
I'm flying south.
Let's see what's happening elsewhere.
You want to ride? Okay.
That ain't a two-person.
Somebody said Greg bites. He does.
Do you know that we've had a third person in the state of Mississippi die from the West Nile?
No, I didn't know that.
3 people this year. I guess mosquitoes still carry that disease.
Yes.
I don't know how you get away from such, because that almost was our state flag.
I know. It's... They carry backpacks.
Throw that up there like election time's coming. Throw the flag in the mix.
It is scary. And you're hearing more and more people with, what is it, the Rocky Mountain spotted
tick fever?
Tick fevers. Tell me, and I'm sorry, that's scary, dude.
It is.
That Rocky Mountain fever is...
Hey, here's one for the Gipper
really
for the state of Mississippi. I don't know if y'all are aware of this. Ingalls Shipyard got a $9.5 billion contract to build some more ships. That's good for Mississippi economy.
That's excellent.
And our base, we went through a cut where we went from like 1 to 16 to 1 to 7 for our next mission that has the possibility of bringing like 150 like outside new jobs.
Wow.
Which would be like families moving here, so it's more than 150. But we're that selection process slimmed down a little bit, and we're still playing the waiting game, but we made the next round of cuts, which is good for Meridian.
It is. Now let me ask this, and we'll put you on the spot, and y'all may turn your head and go, I don't want to talk about that because not supposed. But there's rumor that an announcement is coming for possibly getting a new business in Meridian that would be kind of big. Any word yet on when that announcement might happen?
I've heard dates, and they've come and gone, but everything that I've heard is that is still moving.
It will be a huge economic boost for Meridian if this does happen. We hear it may. Mm-hmm. We'll keep you posted with that. So an announcement at some point coming is what we understand there. You'll have to tell me this because I don't know Jackson. I hadn't known Jackson area like I did during the mid-'90s when I used to have to go over all the time. The Jackson Hotel O. They're going to demolish it.
Is it like OYO?
Yeah.
Okay.
On 55?
Yeah, that's a real seedy area.
Eyesore.
And it needs to come down.
It's kind of like the one we had here on North Frontage Road.
Very
that they
similar.
Pushed it down.
Yes.
Drugs and everything else going on inside.
Yes.
So
that's good for them.
So
they're demolishing it?
Yep.
Is the city doing it or it's a private?
Don't know who's doing it, but it is going away there.
Yeah, they can start there, and they got about 15 more going down the interstate, and then they can start working their way
down.
Yeah. I always say the arsonist, I just want to give them a list, at least.
Tell me if y'all know this.
Did she just say that?
If you're going to do it, start here.
Yeah.
If you're bored. Presidential elections, as these polls, 1 minute, it is funny. And I ask this, you read one and 10 minutes later another one comes out that contradicts it. Is there anyone to believe or is it all just up in the air?
You ever been called and asked how you going to vote?
Nope, never have been.
I think
it's Mississippi, they don't really care.
Right, they're not. I think that there's red states, there's clear red states and blue states. We know how those are going to go. Go ahead and count up those electoral votes, put them in the columns they go. And then you can look at individual polling on each state, and that's probably the most accurate that you can come up with because that's what's going to happen.
But if you've seen the story, and they say that the last, I want to say the last since the 80s, is not that guy that's supposed to be the expert. Mm-hmm. It's the cookies. The ladies in Ohio that have a cookie store, and every year they have a deadline of between here and here, and they make a cookie for each presidential candidate. And then whatever cookie's at the end of it is supposed to be the prediction of who's going to win. So far, at their cookie store, Trump is winning.
Lord help us.
And they've only missed one since they've been doing it.
Are we being...
We're betting on cookies.
We're betting on cookies.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
This seems like your type of polling, though.
I think it's probably as accurate as any of this other lies. And
tastes better, at least.
I mean, I don't understand. All I know is... people, do your homework. What do you think? Forget about Republican. Forget about Democrat. Look at what's best for this country. Mm-hmm. Look at where we're at. Look at where we really need to be. Like in God we trust.
I'm with you on
that. And vote your conscience. And if you vote the wrong way, you're an idiot.
That's not.
But at the end of the day, my whole point on this is the polls. There's none of it. No one knows.
It's all in who you ask.
It is, and so don't let polls sway you. And I think a lot of times polls are put out for people to go, well, my candidate can't win. There's no reason for me to go vote. And I truly think that has.
But I go back to we have an electoral college system, and so. You can go by a percentage of the population is saying this, but it really is, where is that population at? Are they in those states that could go either way? Because that's what wins or loses. Other states are going to decide this race.
Oh, yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
But do you see Mississippi as a whole ever reaching 40% of the voters vote?
I would love to say yes. We got a long way to go. 40% of eligible voter, like that could really vote. Yes. Oh my gosh, we're so far away from that number, and it's really sad.
If you think about it, that's not just here. Mm-hmm. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's sad when you say our projected amount of people to go vote would be to hit 40%.
Oh gosh, that'd be amazing.
Think back on this.
Oh, that's
Tell
sad.
me, the last mayor's election, what was the percentage of voters? Wasn't it small?
It's very small.
It was like 32%.
Well, and that's that would be a percentage of those registered to vote. Then there's this whole other population of people that aren't even registered but are fully eligible to vote, and they don't ever register.
So now you're down to 12%?
Yeah, I mean, then you get into the single digits or right there at double digits of people that could vote that actually do vote.
Just want
but they'll comment on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you dang
strong.
right they will.
Never voted in their life.
Never voted. And I cannot get it for the life of me. There are men and women that have died and that are dying and are willing to die. So you got the right to go vote, and you won't get off your butt and go vote. I'm sorry.
Vote.
That's one thing I believe in. I'm not nearby perfect. Lord knows I make mistakes every day, but that's something since I was 18 years old, I'm going to vote.
I believe in that. There's a lot of that.
But you've got to be educated. You can't just say, I'm going to go vote because I don't like somebody. You've got to vote and study who, what, where, when, and why.
Yep.
Vote.
Who's
It's coming
the
in.
right
Senator Tate pushes that. Skip, if you don't know and you hadn't educated yourself on that race, then you go ahead and you skip that one because you do need to know who you're voting
Because
for.
you're hurting if you don't know.
I agree, 100%. We'll be right back. We got birthdays and a few other things that are happening in our neighborhood. Looking for a great place to eat? Well, come explore the great flavors of the French Quarter in downtown Enterprise. Whether you're in the mood for a romantic night out, a family dinner, or a cozy atmosphere with great service that make dining with the French Quarter an unforgettable experience. Drop by today and taste our delicious dishes. Come explore the flavors of the French Quarter. 120 West Bridge Street, downtown Enterprise. Call 601-659-0500, the French Quarter. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Working on a big project? Need reliable equipment? Parish Tractor has you covered. From skid steers to excavators, tractors to trenchers, we have top quality equipment for rent on a project-to-project basis. All our equipment is expertly maintained for peak performance, ensuring you get the job done right. Our team is here to help you choose the perfect machinery for your needs with flexible rental terms to fit any project. Call us or visit parishrents.com to rent your equipment today. Come see us at Parish Tractor, where we're more than a tractor store.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty. Have y'all ever done this? I've seen a little bit in the state of Mississippi, not a lot. Other states are doing it more to where these people put up the house panels for electricity, solar. It hadn't really taken off, and here's probably why as we start reading this. A lady installed this stuff. It was $60,000 to have it all put on there. And they said, you'll save on your taxes. Well, it would have been about $18,000. Then the leaks started in her roof. And then she calls said company, they're already out of business.
Imagine that.
So it's not everything they're expecting it to be. Maybe one day the electric cars and the solar roofs will work.
The wind turbines and all that.
And it just isn't there yet. They need to do a little bit more.
We ain't quite got
Did you see where they put it out the other day that there were more electric cars in the United States than there are gas cars now? I just don't believe it. I'm sorry.
That seems unbelievable.
Believe that.
I wonder if they're counting hybrid.
I don't believe that. No. And I cannot for the life of me understand where y'all thought.
Now are they counting remote control cars to go with that too? I could see remote control cars.
I feel like if you counted like hybrid, because like my vehicle is technically hybrid, but I don't know. I feel like it still doesn't make. I agree.
No, I just don't agree with that. Yeah. And to me, the people are finally, even some of the slower ones are catching on that maybe this electric stuff ain't what it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, that golf cart put you down.
About all the plants that were closing that were producing electric cars. It's not what people that don't work. You got to do something with them batteries when it's over with, and you're burning up more stuff. Anyhow,
for the environment.
Talk about environmental friendly. Have you seen where they're getting the batteries from?
Yeah.
Wow. That is destruction
strip mining.
And you strip mine earth, and it's no good for anything. the environmental quality part of this is really on the
And there's no way
backside.
to get rid of the batteries.
No.
Billions of.
But let's push forth on education, making people think it's a green deal.
Okay, then we know how Odie feels there. But it is a
I
lot
hate
of
to agree
companies
with him, but
that
I agree with him.
there was a lot of companies that put billions that they're having to now readjust their plants and fix all that. Did you see the couple that found the guy that was the shooter in Kentucky? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? He was shooting at cars and then disappeared. And these bunch of YouTubers, it was a husband and wife team that do this for a living, went out and found him. There was a reward. They're going to be getting in the end, I think, $36,000 for finding him. They get a small installment of $10,000 and then payments thereafter by the time they're done with taxes.
It's like Crime Stoppers.
They can't give the man $35,000.
Apparently not. He got $10,000 up front, and then it will be done in payments thereafter.
Like a lottery.
So you won't get much. You know how the taxes are going to eat that up.
He gonna end up. It's gonna cost him money for doing
by the
what
time
was
this is
right.
over with.
It will.
We just thought we was going to do you a good job.
Yeah, so that's how some of that stuff actually works, just so that everybody's.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
I feel like they would have done it anyways, with or without the money.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
now,
I got some stuff I'd like to sell you too.
I like to think people are good.
If he wants to do it for the right thing and not charge anything. But then, I mean, really, you put together and says, hey, look, we give you $35,000 for information. Then when it comes to it, it's like, all right, we'll give you 10 up front.
Yeah.
And then for the next 30 years, we'll give you $1,000.
We'll give you $1 a week.
Yeah.
To
I mean, come
off.
I blushed a little bit yesterday. Yeah, because I read the story and it's like, woof. Do y'all remember the woman from the Alabama prison that broke the prison guard out? Her name was Vicky.
Yes, and they ran
White.
off and
White or something like that.
Yeah, Vicky.
Yeah.
Vicky and Casey White. And there is going to be a movie come out about this, I think, in the end. But they have released the phone call. She had gone and bought a track phone from Wally World or somewhere like that, and she was calling the prison during his time to talk when she was away, and all of those phone calls were recorded.
Who would want to listen to that?
Did you listen to it or read it?
I read it because I don't think I could listen to it.
It's me again, Margaret.
Steamy is not the word, y'all. It was like, did she say that? That's what I kept going, no, there ain't no way. And I ain't even going to give you a sample of what was said on those phone calls. But it'd make a sailor blush.
Okay.
Just
He had to listen to it 5 times to make sure.
Oh, have mercy. That was one of the big deals there. Coming up, we got some birthdays?
We got some birthdays coming, and today is a special birthday. I got 2 of them, and that's my stepsons, Hogan and Nolan Turner, 24 years old today. Talking about 2 young men that are awesome, going through life, doing great. They've had a hard time here lately with the passing of their dad. But I tell you, two good kids. I couldn't have handpicked 2 better kids to be my stepsons to them. So happy birthday. Sherry Futrell Temple's 53. Virgil Walters, a.k.a. Preacher, 62. Tony Malone, 64 years young today. Stephanie Laird Dunlap's having a birthday. Barry Keller's got a birthday tomorrow. Randy Skipper's got a birthday tomorrow. Thomas Cheatham's 8 years old. Marley Beth is 13. Harlem Davis, 82. Jim Ogletree is having a birthday. Courtney Pittman is having a birthday. Diane Hale is having a birthday Sunday. Bryant Gibson, 59. And Lee Francis is having a birthday. Y'all all get together, celebrate your birthdays. And I tell you, bring it in with a Coke and a smile. Go see your local store. Support 2 businesses, that store and Meridian Coca-Cola, all at the same time.
Speaking of local folks, I bump into her quite all the time. She's got a son that's starting to bull ride, and she's been going to events. If y'all see her out there on the trail, say hello to her. It's Amanda, if you're looking for a home today, don't forget them when it comes to Snowden. They'll take care of it if you need your house appraised as you're getting ready to sell, or if you just need to get a new home. Snowden Company does that day in, day out. They know how to do it. talk to her. She'll help you out.
Take all the hassle out of it.
It is, and she's a mighty bit prettier than me and you are.
That's right.
A little bit there.
A little bit.
Hey, I just got word just a moment ago, Kemper County, and I have to ask sometimes where names come from, but there's going to be a road closed on Monday. Kellistor Road will be closed at the Running Tiger Creek Bridge. And I couldn't help but think, I wonder who named that.
Well, there's a running tiger and
must be
across the creek, and there you go.
Kemper County.
Put a bridge over.
I would say Native Americans.
Yeah, it
Ding, 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 ding.
As we got Choctaws.
You want a Coca-Cola?
I'm so proud of you.
I like that, but okay.
Everybody else is still going, how you spell Waholic? I can see Jerry W. I got to go.
I got to go.
Yeah, meet me over on Lee Street and you pick him up from there.
We want to say thank you to each and every one of you joining us this morning. It has been an absolute hoot. We can't thank y'all enough for being here as we begin this day. We're getting ready to head out. There's going to be a lot going on. The courthouse at 8:30. They're going to be doing the big presentation there.
That's right.
Of the new podium.
Yeah.
New podiums for the judges.
For the judges. Yeah.
Gonna have total rehabs, ribbon cutting grand opening
2
this
o'clock.
afternoon.
Who's feeding y'all lunch? I know y'all got plans.
Not talked about lunch yet.
Really? It's a little late.
Are you taking us today?
No,
You haven't been-
I gotta. I've been in town for 24 hours. I gotta go.
You can tell she backed her broom in. She's headed out.
I'm headed out.
It's a new broom, so it's low mileage.
Yeah.
She's still testing it out.
Electric.
We've got
Oh no! Here we go.
we got to figure out lunch at a little bit. It's always fun, and we'll have to set up a place for everybody to join us one day. When we go. All right, Odie. As we depart, have you got a Bible verse for us this morning?
We got something going with First Timothy.
Tiffany.
I didn't have that
verse
book in
20.
my Bible.
I didn't either.
Yeah, they didn't teach me that one. First Tiffany.
Odie done wrote his own book.
Oh, we won't work on. Nope, no, I ain't touching God's word.
That's why they
for
didn't
sure.
ask him to read over
You got
to church
that
today.
right. Let no man despise. I'm telling you, the prescriptions went out. Thy thought, but be thy an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and purity.
Can anybody translate that for me?
Oh, all right. Let's do this.
Odie had a little problem.
It's okay.
Let no man despise thy youth.
Okay.
But be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity.
What I got out of that is set an example.
There you go.
Set an example.
Don't be irritated about them.
That's right. And don't fuss when they're doing the same things you was doing.
Ooh.
If
Let
you want
your
to make
God
things
show
better,
through
show
you.
them a better way.
Let your God
y'all
show.
need to take that advice with me.
And fly high.
Fly, yeah.
We can't thank everybody enough for joining us. We certainly appreciate it. We're going to come back Monday. Julie will be back Friday. You're in the neighborhood?
I hadn't even looked that far
She's been
ahead.
here 2 weeks in a row.
If she can find an extension cord and plug that thing in.
Oh,
while
gosh.
she's
I will. Oh, so next Friday is full moon. So I will be in town.
That's right.
Yeah.
October the 4th, if I'm not
We're going to be
mistaken.
back down on Front Street in front of the Railroad Museum.
What kind of entertainment will we have?
It's palindromes, which I don't know if you've heard. They're really
they were
good.
at Squealers
They
that
play
night.
at Squealers.
Oh, yes,
sometimes
they're really good.
They're really good. A lot of songs, like sing-along songs, everybody
they
knows.
do both
cover.
kinds, country and western.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're pretty good.
Country and western.
Both kinds.
Both kinds. All right, you're overtime. Turn it off.
Again, thank y'all so much. God bless, and tell them we'll be back. We'll be back. Then.
See, I
made fun of
there's
you.
something about it here. We're going to be back Monday, but y'all hang in there. Remember, we love you. Have a great weekend.